Thank you once again for taking this course. In the last lecture, we looked at the introduction to PHP. We're still on the basics, right? Now let's go into the syntax of PHP. Right now, the first thing we need to know about PHP is we need to keep it in a syntax, right? We need to keep it in a tag to tell the server that we want you to execute this code, all right? And you start with the less than sign, right? Then a question mark, then PHP, and then you can press enter a couple of times, and then you close it with a question mark and then a greater than sign. All right, now this tag can be on one line. All right, most code editors have lines. Okay, I should have told you that earlier. You can see that. So this is line 20. All right, and you can open your PHP tags like this, and everything here, all right, everything here becomes becomes PHP, right? But if you run PHP like this, right, if you save this and you go to the browser, you're gonna have an error. Why? Because PHP it does not recognize this as a text unless it is outside the tag, the PHP tag. All right, so if you want to write a text in a PHP file, you need to keep it from the tag. All right, now if you do this, it's going to work. You're going to see the text. All right, but if you want this text inside a PHP tag, then it's probably a comment that you're making. All right, so when you want to write a comment in PHP, you just write double forward slash, all right, and then you keep you followed by your comment, and this will not actually appear on the browser or in the browser. All right, comments are just comments, for coders to recognize, or just to tell you what you're doing. All right, now if you have another comment here, all right, let's say another comment, and you have another comment, right? Now you're gonna get an error, right? So if you have multiple comments inside a PHP tag, what you want to do is you need to comment them all, which might take a lot of time. So there is a way to comment multiple lines of text, all right, in a PHP tag. You go you go forward slash, then asterisk, all right, then you put asterisk, all right, then forward slash. All right, so this is how to comment multiple lines in a PHP tag. All right, but if it's just one line, then you can just do double forward slash. All right, so this is how to open a PHP syntax. This is how to write a comment, and also make sure you don't put a space over here. All right, if you put a space here, your PHP will not work. You're gonna get an error. All right, now this happened to me a lot of time. Just once though. It happened to me once. All right, and I couldn't figure it out because look at this. If I do this, I don't see an error here, right? So you might think that your PHP is working fine and everything is fine and stuff like that. This is not recognized as a PHP tag. All right, so if you write your codes here, all right, if you write something like echo, this is a PHP text, then you put your semicolon here, you save this, nothing will show here. All right, and you might think that you have a very serious problem with your file, or your PHP cannot communicate with the server and stuff like that. No, because of this space, this tag is not being recognized as a PHP tag. So always make sure that there is no space between your PHP tags. All right, good. Now let's talk about echo. Echo is something that you're going to use a lot. You can use echo is like show, right? Let's just say display something. And you can echo text just like we just did. All right, now you can see the text is showing up because the tags are now recognized, right? So this is a test. We've echoed a test. You can echo a number. All right, you can echo a number. If you're echoing a number, you don't have to put it in a double quote, all right? Because if you put it in a double quote, PHP will read it as a string, all right, as letters, right? One, two, three, four, five, all right. If you do this, then PHP will read the numbers as letters. It will not read it as a number, right? So if you want a number, then you don't have to put it in a string. You just put it in a you just write the number 45, right? And then it will show as 45, all right? Now, what else can you echo? You can echo HTML, right? You can do something like this: echo, and then in a double quote, right, or a single quote, you can put HTML. This is an HTML paragraph. I think this is how it should be. All right, so now this is an HTML paragraph. All right, and then you can echo this. All right, and it should show on the screen. This is an HTML paragraph. All right, what else can you echo? You can echo data from a database. We're going to get into this. All right, and then you can also echo data from forms. You can echo anything that you want to show on the screen. Let me just put it that way. All right, not anything, but almost all the things that you want to send back to PHP. All right, if remember, if this is outside the PHP tag, it is going to show. All right, but if it is inside a PHP tag and you want it to show as a test, then you have to put it in a function. Echo is a function. Echo is a function that displays whatever you tell it to echo. All right, so you put it in a function and it's going to show. But if you take it out, it's not going to show. So in this course, we've learned about a PHP tag. Make sure you don't have a space here. If not, it will not be recognized as a PHP. All right, that's the syntax. Comments, single comments, double lines of comments, you have to put on asterisk for double lines of comment. All right, for single line, you just have to put a double forward slash, and then echo will display whatever you try to tell the PHP to display. That's what echo does. All right, so that's what you should know. Please, I'm begging you, do not open your PHP tags with a space. All right, it can ruin all the work that you're doing, and you will not pay attention to it. All right, because as soon as you start coding complex, you start making creating complex codes, you don't pay attention to simple things like this. All right, so it's the first thing you have to do. And also your semicolon are ways of ending statement, functions, everything. All right, if I take out the semicolon and I go back to the, all right, I'm getting it though, but most of the times you will not see it. All right, you will not see. You always need to have your semicolon, okay, to end at your PHP syntax. All right, thank you very much, and I will see you on the next lecture.